Commander Thexval couldn't hide his disdain as he watched the human soldiers board the Joint Strike Vessel. Their equipment looked primitive, crude even, especially compared to the sleek energy weapons and quantum disruptors carried by his own Zenturi warriors. The humans clutched what appeared to be ancient projectile weapons, simple metal tubes that fired solid ammunition using chemical explosives. Tell me again why we need these Deathworlders? Themal, a junior officer, asked Captain Yolandra, his translator struggling to convey the contempt in his voice. Their weapons are centuries behind ours. Captain Yolandra, a seasoned Vorak commander, studied the human contingent with more thoughtful eyes. The Hive has adapted to our energy signatures, Commander, she said calmly. Standard plasma and particle weapons are proving ineffective. High Command believes we need alternative approaches. Sergeant David Kowalski, overhearing the conversation, grinned. He patted the modified rifle slung over his shoulder. Don't worry about us, sir. We brought the good stuff. Thexval's mandibles clicked in amusement. Good stuff? That weapon belongs in a museum. My plasma rifle can vaporize a target at 3 kilometers, with perfect accuracy. I'm sure. It's real pretty. When it works, David replied, checking his ammunition with practiced ease. Question is, what happens when it doesn't? The mission briefing had been simple. Infiltrate the Hive's primary nest on Kepler 438b and eliminate the Queen. 3. Previous assault teams had failed. Their advanced energy weapons were completely useless against the Hive's adaptive bioarmor. The insectoid aliens had evolved to absorb and redirect energy-based attacks, turning the galaxy's most advanced weapons into harmless light shows. As the dropship descended through the planet's toxic atmosphere, Thexval watched the humans prepare for battle. But instead of calibrating energy matrices or adjusting quantum fields, they prayed, not to machines or to targeting algorithms, but to something they called luck and muscle memory. The first contact came within minutes of landing. A swarm of Hive warriors erupted from underground tunnels, their bioarmor gleaming with the stolen energy of countless failed attacks. Zenturi troops opened fire with their plasma weapons and watched in horror as the bolts were harmlessly absorbed into the creature's chitinous shells. Weapons ineffective, Thexval reported, panic creeping into his voice. They're adapting to our energy signatures in real time. Copy that, David's voice crackled over comms. Human squad, you're cleared hot. Let's show 'em how we did it back on the block. What followed was a sound the galaxy hadn't heard in centuries, the thunderous crack of gunpowder igniting. David's rifle barked again and again, each shot sending a chunk of depleted uranium through the air at supersonic speed. The first Hive warrior's head exploded in a shower of ichor and carapace. Impossible, Thexval whispered, watching in disbelief as the humans tore through the Hive warriors. How are they penetrating the bioarmor? Simple physics, Commander, David said, slapping in a fresh magazine. You can't adapt to kinetic energy. A bullet doesn't care how advanced your armor is. It just punches through. The humans moved with terrifying precision. No targeting computers, no smart scopes, just iron sights. Instinct, training, primitive methods, devastating results. Captain Martinez, the human squad leader, gave running commentary as her team advanced. Thing about energy weapons is, they're predictable. Same frequency, same delivery method, same everything. But a chunk of metal moving at 3,000 feet per second? That's been killing things since we invented fire. As they reached the Queen's chamber, Thexval finally understood. Humans weren't using outdated weapons because they were behind. They perfected them. Their bullets weren't obsolete. They were time-tested. The Queen, a massive creature that had survived dozens of energy attacks, fell to a single, well-placed shot from David's rifle. A simple piece of shaped metal did what plasma cannons and quantum disruptors could not. Mission accomplished, David reported, ejecting a spent casing. Queen is down, As they evacuated the hive nest, Thexval approached the human sergeant with newfound respect. "Your weapons. They're not primitive at all, are they?" David smiled, cleaning his rifle with the care of someone who truly understood the weight of tradition. "Commander, when the galaxy moved on to energy weapons, we kept our bullets. Not because we couldn't adapt, but because we knew someday we'd face something that laughed at fancy tech." He gestured toward the hive corpses scattered across the battlefield. Turns. Out. We were right. That day, the galaxy learned a lesson. Humans didn't use kinetic weapons because they were outdated. They used them because sometimes the simplest solution is the deadliest, HFY.